High noon in the western states. Hello, everybody, wherever you may be. This is Larry from K7HN, and welcome back to Ham Radio Live. It is so good to see you again. Happy Monday, October the 11th, 2021. A great day to be alive. Thanks for joining the show today. Today, we're going to talk about high-pass and low-pass filters, what they do. We're also going to celebrate someone from the Emerald Isle, some of the work that they do, and because of how you liked this yesterday, we'll throw in another crazy used car commercial from way back when. Hope you enjoy the show from the four winds of the world, wherever you're coming from. Away we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the show. This is Larry. Well, welcome to Ham Radio Live. This is a talk show about ham radio and, all the stuff that we love. Ham radio, shortwave, broadcasting. We just have fun together. We try and make calls from time to time. We also like to show people and what they do with ham radio. But the main point of what we do is to try and help you get on the air. If you've always wanted to be a ham but don't know how, the best way to do so is to get a hold of a national radio group first, okay? And then what they'll do, you tell them where you're located, they will then find a radio club near you, get in touch with that radio club, and they'll help get you licensed. Here's 5 for you. First of all, the American Radio Relay League at www.arl.org. Hit the Contact Us bar and let them know where you're at. In the UK, my mates in the UK, and I love this group, very good group, and they've got licensee rising numbers too. That's a good thing to look for in a club. The Radio Society of Great Britain just finished their online convention this weekend. It was a smashing success. www.rsgb.org. Hit them up, the Contact Us bar. If you're in Canada, the Radio Amateurs of Canada, www.rac.ca. In Japan, the Japan Amateur Radio League at www.jarl.org. And in Australia, the Wireless Institute of Australia at www.wia.org. Want to email the show? Hit me up at cq@hamradiolive@gmail.com. If you'd like to support the channel, please do it. PayPal at proburbs356@me.com or hit us up on Patreon, Ham Radio Live. Let's catch up with your comments from around the world. First in, my mate John Hummel-Newell from Saskatchewan. Well done, first in. Hello, John. Good afternoon. I hope things are well in Canada for you. Will Myers is here from the state of Wisconsin, home of butter burgers. Have you ever had a Culver's? Oh, man, Culver's is so good. And they're like all throughout Wisconsin and Minnesota and the upper Midwest. Good to see you, Will. His call sign is Kilo Alpha 8 Golf India Mike, and my mate in Jacksonville, Florida. That's Mike, Kilo Delta 2 Sierra X-Ray Delta. Hello, Larry and all. He says, make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Bless you, Mike. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Hey, we're working still to try and bring Ray Novak. He's the senior sales manager for ICOM North America to the show, hopefully before the end of the year. We'll see. And again, no promises, but we're trying. He said he would do his best. He's a busy guy. He's in charge of like 3 different divisions at ICOM. Callum McCormick, this is a true date. Okay, so now that I have the numbers right in the calendar, we can actually tell you it will be October 20th at 20 UTC. So that'll be 8 p.m. in the UK. It will be at high noon here, Pacific time. Join us and have your questions answered by DX Commander Callum McCormick. He is amazing at ham radio antennas and truly, I think, one of the very best out there. So we're thankful to Cal. Thank you for coming to take the time with us on the 20th of October at 20 UTC. Randy Hall, Kilo 7 Alpha Golf Echo, coming in on October 30th. He's been a ham over 50 years, has a great YouTube channel from A to Z of A, ham radio, B, broadcasting, C, figure it out. He just does everything. He's got so much on his channel. Kilo 7 Alpha Golf Echo. Search that on YouTube. You'll find it. Please subscribe to his channel. He's really good at what he does. Also, Fred Denon, you can be in charge of a superstation. I mean, full power amplifier if your, license permits it. Whatever the full power limit would be, of course. And you get towers and you get directional antennas. You get the whole shebang. Work it from your computer at home in the comfort of home. Fred will talk about that for beloud.us. It's coming up on November 27th. That is Thanksgiving weekend here in the United States. On October 23rd at 20 UTC. We're going to make this 20 UTC because it makes it easy to remember. 23rd, 20 UTC. This is Martin F. Jew, the founder of MFJ. He'll be joining us live from Mississippi talking about MFJ and 49 years of being the head of the largest ham radio manufacturer in the world. We're so honored that Mr. Jew will join us. You'll love him. He's such a kind man, and you feel it. You'll feel it. Also, don't forget this Saturday. Yep, mark your calendars at 20 UTC. For folks in North America, that's noon Pacific. Eric from Ham Radio Concepts, his call sign, Kilo Juliet 4 Yankee Zulu India. He'll be coming to talk about his YouTube channel. He'll talk about all kinds of things, ham radio and shortwave and CB related. I think you'll love it. Save your radio questions here because he has just about tested every radio tuner and amplifier that there is. Meet us at noon this Saturday for Eric from Ham Radio Concepts as we talk about his history and ask his questions. You'll get some questions, Eric. He's a good guy, really is. And Greg, thanks for coming back. I want to just clear this up. Kilo Fox Zero, Charlie Union Zulu from Bettendorf, Iowa. Thanks for coming, Greg. You know, I want to thank you for your comment. CQ calling, you miss it. We'll bring it back. We are going to bring it back. So we'll try and see if Friday will work. Okay, I'll try Friday. If it doesn't work, for sure Saturday. But I did see your comment, and I was like, oh, Greg, I didn't answer you. I'm sorry, man. So we'll work on bringing CQ calling back for you, okay? My brother Bob, courtesy of WIFI, is here, and I never look past that because my brother's fighting cancer, and to me, he's my hero. I'm very, very proud of him. Don't forget the Intrepid DX group extending youth essay contest deadline till November 15th. If you're 19 or under and you'd like to have a brand new ICOM 7300, send an essay, 2-page, to the Intrepid DX group, okay? And really what this is going to be about is the question you have to answer is how can ham radio evolve to remain relevant in the age of the internet? Okay, you must be a U.S. amateur radio licensee of 19 years old or younger. Promise to keep the radio for a year and use it on the air. Send your essay in text or MS Word attachment by November 15th to the Intrepid DX group. 3052 Wetmore Drive, San Jose, California, 95148. And keep in mind, they do have the ability to publish what they receive. So, make sure what you're sending is your heart. What you're doing, to get that special radio is really well answered, okay? Also, don't forget, on the 13th, that's just 2 days from now. That's actually 1 day, considering Australia's already on the 12th. The Australian Communications and Media Authority going to be commencing the release of brand new 2x1 Australian contest calls. This begins at 10 a.m. In Australia. So make sure that if you want a special 2x1 call for contesters, please put in your application, okay? Contact WIA if you've got any questions on this. Tomorrow's a big day for the Newbury kids. Yep, in Great Britain. Going to be cool. At 11:12 UTC, Golf Bravo 4 Mike Hotel November going to be calling the ISS to enable 10 deaf children to speak to a NASA astronaut. That astronaut's going to then return, the message back, and then the teacher will respond back in subtitles to the deaf children. So their questions answered by people who are on the space station. ISS frequencies, please don't forget, you can find these on the internet, okay, if you want to listen in, all right? You have 145.845. You've got rarely used frequencies shown here, of course. And, try and just listen. What a great opportunity for those kids. New exam online booking system from the RSGB. Now, on the first page of the RSGB new exam online booking system, which is now live, okay, go to the RSGB website to find out more about this. If you're an individual who wants to book a remote exam, or a club that wants to book an exam for candidates who want to get their ham radio licenses, you need to be able to choose whether to book and pay for their candidates or just book the date and time. Then you'll receive a link which candidates will use to pay for their own exams, okay? If you want more information and you're interested in becoming a ham in the UK, please contact the RSGB and they'll help you out. Our ARL auction is going on through the 14th. Great gear. I don't have updated prices, but I will tell you that there's some good stuff there and some amazing vintage gear too. Wow. Collins, Heathkit, trying to think, Hammerland. Gee, there's some legendary names there. So please take a look at that online auction. It's pretty cool. Scott's here from North Boston, New York. Howdy and hello all. Super nice weather here today out in the backyard of my laptop. That is beautiful. That's a beautiful day, isn't it, Scott, when you go outside and just have fun? That's great. And welcome to the show. Appreciate it. Okay, so we're going to change the trivia question rules. We need to make a change. All right. One answer per person, just one. And here's why. because it's easy just to keep typing A, B, C, D. Okay, one answer. So let's see how good you do. And we're also going to have a special thing on Conelrad. We talked yesterday. Remember we talked about Heathkit? And we talked about that they, developed like the tube testers, right? And they also did like a Conelrad alarm. Remember, here's a Conelrad alarm. We're going to talk about Conelrad, what it was like in the 50s. A whole segment put together for that. I really hope you enjoy that. That should be a ton of fun today. So one answer per question. Here we go. Question number 1, worth 5 for the U.S., 10 outside. What was once used as an identifier in novice class call signs? Was it A, first letter of the suffix was N as in November? Was it B, second letter of prefix was N as in November? Was it C, slant N was sent after the call? Or was it D, slant B as in Bravo was sent after the call? One answer per person, please. A, B, C, or D. See who wins the contest, the content for the trivia question today. First one up. Weather powered by ICOM. ICOM for the love of ham and shortwave. Here's your A1A. We got a rising solar number today. Here's your coronal holes as they're moving around. Solar stability. Take a look. We did have a big M.1 flare 2 days ago, and we had some C-class flares as well. Here's your K index. It's K2, so quiet, but it has been a little noisy last few days. Look at this from last night. Take a look at Darwin, 23.07. So, juicing up there in the middle of the day in Australia. MUF from 4 hours ago. Take a look at Ascension Island, 44.37. Amazing. And that's again because the sun is right over the equator. Alaska was 11.11. Boulder was at 24.81. Jicamarca, Peru, 24.09. Ascension Island, 44.37. Hermana, South Africa, 20.70. Athens, Greece was at 12.33. And Darwin, Australia was in the middle of the night at 9.10. Current MUFs out there. Alaska, struggling, 12.36. Not as much daylight up there right now. Boulder, Colorado is down to 23.13. Jicamarca, Peru at 22.61. Ascension Island, still look at that, 39.65. Amazing. Hermana, South Africa, 14.7. Athens, Greece, 13.27. And Darwin, Australia, waking up to 8.49. Here's Mike's MUF map. Take a look. You see 25 megahertz in South Florida, all the way from probably the Alabama-Mississippi line along the Gulf. And take a look at how it stretches into Northern Africa, goes all the way into Indonesia today. It's amazing. Most of North America has a great pipeline into South Europe as well as, into Northern Africa on 25 megahertz. So take a look. See where you're at in the world and see where you can work. Current MUFs. SFI is 89. Solar number is up to 38. That's because of the K flare a couple days ago. Sorry, the M flare a couple days ago. A is 9. It's getting up a little high. K is a 2. And you take a look. Your moon bounce conditions excellent today. HF conditions are kind of a little squirrely, not the greatest. Geomagnetic field, that's your noise floors, is quiet, but it has been a little bit unstable. Your ham radio and shortwave forecast for today, powered by ICOM. ICOM for the love of ham radio. Daytime ham radio bands in the Northern Hemisphere, 20, 17, and 15. Equatorial latitudes, 20, 17, 15, 12, and possible 10. Southern Hemisphere, 20, 17, 15, 12, maybe 10. Maybe. I don't know. I think your mid-latitudes get more of 10 than your southern, but we'll see. Nighttime ham band openings, 160, 80, 75, 60, 40, 30. Best DX on 40 meters tonight, but don't forget 20 at Gray Line. It's good. Shortwave shortwave daytime bands. Hard for me to say for whatever reason. 31, 25, 22, and 19 meters. Your shortwave nighttime bands today will be 120, 90, 75, 60, 49, 41, 31, 25, 22, and 100% chance of 19 meters being open right about an hour after sunset. All right, welcome back. Give me a second. Boy, that feels much better now to my throat. Thank you for coming. Okay, let's take a look back at this trivia question. First one of two. Remember, you can only answer once. What was once used in the U.S. as an identifier in novice class call signs? Okay, A, B, C, or D. Let's take a look at your answers, and we will find out who got it right today. By the way, glad to have WI7 ARD Spike Wolf Wizard snowing here in Montana, 35 degrees. Oh, man, that's early. That's early for that. That is. And of course, Scott in New York says, ouch. Mike, Kilo Delta 2, Sierra X-Ray Delta, he says C. It would be a slant N after the call. That's not correct. Nope. Will Myers, Kilo Alpha 8, Golf India. Mike says C. Nope. Kev says in the UK, C. That is incorrect. Scott, C as well. We need somebody to say something other than C. James Stanley, welcome back. This is James. This is wonderful. It's James and his pup, Monty. Monty's the station manager. James is the station operator. His call sign, Mike 7 Bravo X-Ray Tango. His pup is Mike 7 X-Ray Tango Slant K9. All right, we got to get somebody to answer the question. It's not C. We may have to redo everything for the people that are here because the folks are all saying C. Let's look at that question one more time, okay? Here's the question for today. First question, and now you get a second chance. Here it is. What was once used as an identifier in novice class call signs? Must be U.S. So you get a second chance. Okay, you've already answered. Answer again. A, the first letter of the suffix was N as in November. B, the second letter of the prefix was N as in November. We know it's not C. D, slant B was sent after the call. All right, so A, B, or D is now your choices, and hopefully we can sneak past this one and get it right. You talked yesterday, remember we had a discussion about Conelrad. For people outside the U.S., Conelrad is going to make no sense, but it was kind of our way, the U.S.'s way of getting through a nuclear attack and trying to protect our citizens. As crazy as that might sound, that's the way things were in the 50s and 60s, the very beginning of the Cold War. All right, car radios even had the look. Okay, here was the car radio way back in the 60s. Take a look between 5, 5, and 7. You see a little circle there, okay, on this wonderful Chevy radio. Look at that. And then between 11 and 14, you see another one. That is the Civil Defense logo, and that was part of the rules back then for all radios that were being sold. AM radios in the U.S. had to have the Conelrad logo in those areas. And the reason why was because the Conelrad logo was going to be at 6:40 a.m. and 12:40 a.m. You had to tune into those signals in your area because all the other stations were going to go off the air. That's the way it worked. And so what happened was Conelrad became a big deal in the U.S. because people were building bomb shelters. They were preparing for nuclear holocaust, literally. And as crazy as that may sound in 2021, that's the way it was. We're going to take a look at Conelrad and how things were back in the 50s and 60s to give you an idea of exactly what it looked like back then, okay? And again, sorry for shaking the camera. The pillow's doing this because the arm's sling. Let's go back to trivia question. All right, was it A, B, or D? A, B, or D? First one in, we've got James Stanley from the UK. Second letter of prefix was N. James, you did it. Congratulations. It was an N. All right. And by the way, yesterday I scored wrong at the end. It was 45-35 North America and Europe. So it's tie now. Europe and North America tied with 45. All right. Next trivia question. This one should be easy. Let's see if you can get it right. Never mind that trivia question because obviously I just hit the wrong thing twice. What was a magnetron? Well, it'd be a microwave tube, but, you know, everybody now knows the answer. It's part of the fun of the show. Yeah, it's live. We don't edit it. It's just the way it is. Nikolai's joined us from Romania. It's great to see you. Thank you. Mike from Jacksonville says, going good today. Nice and sunny outside today. Trying to get that D-Expedition J5T on 15 meters and 17, but no luck yet. Keep going. Should be fun. And you'll get it. You'll get it. And take a look, Scott. Big sky, big snow, big shovel. Oh, my goodness. That's terrible. All right, let's get back to Conelrad. Yesterday, we talked about Heathkit making a Conelrad alarm. Remember? All right, so let's take a look at what this actually worked like. Yeah, here is actually the Heathkit Conelrad alarm in action. Now, strangely enough, you would have to tune the radio up to 640 or 1240 to make the alarm go off. Take a look. See how he's tuning now? And listen to this terrible noise. Oh, there's no sleep bar. Where's the sleep bar? So that's the Heath kit. That's the Heath kit Conelrad alarm. That's what they sounded like. So when that went off, it was not a good thing. And back in the 50s, we also taught our children what to do in case of a possible nuclear attack. And that's a sad thing. Let's take a look at this rare video from 1951 that was approved by the National Education Association of the U.S. regarding a nuclear strike.
Beedle-dum-dum, beedle-dum-dum, beedle-dum-dum. There was a turtle by the name of Bert, and Bert the turtle was very alert. When danger threatened him, he never got hurt. He knew just what to do. He ducked and cover, ducked and cover.
He did what we all must learn to do. You
and you
and you
and you, duck and cover.
There you go. And so the whole idea was to tell kids to duck and cover. Like, they would practice at schools and the kids would stop, pull their chairs out and hide underneath their desks. That's what they did in schools back then. So this is the 50s and 60s. They would traditionally have this. So Conelrad was pretty big. And by the way, Anders, I want to get to this comment because this is really an important thing from yesterday's show that I wanted to cover. You asked about radios you're looking for. Is the Yaesu FTDX 101MP, ICOM 7300, or the Yaesu FTDX 10? All right. I didn't get a chance to really address this, Anders. So if you watch this live or replay, this is important because it's right for you. It depends if you want a big screen, okay? And this is the wild card. The 7300 will not give you a display to control. You can't, hook it up in the back and then see it on a big screen. You can't do it. The FTDX 10 is the cheapest price transceiver right now in the market, brand new, that you can do that for. So in this case, if having a display and a screen is important to you, then I would probably look at the FTDX 10 and then buy an amplifier versus the FTDX 101MP, simply because you get more power and you'll still get a great radio and you get the display and you probably still have enough for a reasonable antenna. So I want to make sure and cover that for Anders in Norway. So there you go. All right. So when they would have a test, Conelrad tests were frequent. And I'm going to be honest, I was a kid that would wake up every morning and watch every TV station sign on the air. That was me. I did it. I loved it. And what was interesting is when the civil defense thing came on, this is a test. This is only a test. If this had been an actual emergency, you would have been instructed to tune in anyway. And interesting enough, the two stations that they had in the U.S., 1240 and 640, 1240 was a Class C station. So Class C, you couldn't go more than 1,000 watts. No joke. But 640 is interesting. 640 was a clear channel station in the U.S. That meant you can go 50,000 watts night and day, omnidirectional. That's 640 KFI Los Angeles. So those were the two stations, and you would just be instructed where to tune in your area. So that's Conelrad. And then every station would have a record. Okay, back in the 50s, 60s, was a record. Later on, there was an EBS device inside radio stations that you would buy monthly, you'd have to test it live on air. And it would just simply come into your signal. Say, for example, like I worked at a top 40 station and we'd be playing music and all of a sudden the music would just pop out. And the EBS thing, which is the Emergency Broadcast System generator, would generate the test tone plus the message. And then once it was finished, the music could play again. That's kind of how it worked. But back in the 50s, it was different. They would use a record. Let's take a look and see exactly what that looked and sounded like.
We interrupt our normal program to cooperate in security and civil defense measures as requested by the United States government. This is a Conelrad radio alert. Normal broadcasting will now be discontinued for an indefinite period. Civil defense information will be broadcast in most areas at 640 and 1240 on your regular radio receiver. All residents in and around Erie County will receive official Erie County Civil Defense bulletins on 640 kilocycles on your radio receiver, while the residents in and around Niagara County should tune to 1240 kilocycles. I repeat, normal broadcasting will be discontinued for an indefinite period. Civil defense information will be broadcast in most areas at 640 and 1240 on your regular radio receiver.
Okay, so regular radio receiver. Imagine that. What's your regular radio receiver? Back then it was AM. That was the 50s, okay? So all the other stations in your market would completely go dark. They would go off the air. Television too. They would go off the air. You would then tune to the Conelrad station to listen to what their bulletin was, or if it was a test, you'd know it was a test. Well, there had to be a time to let you know when everything was all over, right? So there wasn't all clear. Also, here's what that sounded like.
Conelrad Radio, all clear. Resume normal operations. I repeat, Conelrad...
Isn't that cool? That was it. They would simply just say, repeat, resume normal broadcast operations. Again, record. That was it. What that record did, now this is very important, what that record did was it told other stations who were also monitoring whatever Conelrad frequency was in their market that they could resume broadcasting. That's the way it worked back then. Because remember, this is before satellite communication from point to point. So the only way they could get it was through the Conelrad station, whether it be at 6:40 a.m. or at 12:40 a.m. in their market. That's how it was back then. Man, we've come a long ways, haven't we? Wow. We're going to take a look. We're going to celebrate someone that's from the channel. His name is Kevin O'Doublehand. Kevin is from the Emerald Isle of Ireland. He talked to us yesterday about his YouTube channel and that he has his very first QSO made on his Yaesu FDDX 5000. It took a while, but I found the video. Let's take a look. Kevin with a brand new rig making his first call. And what's cool about it is you can just hear the excitement in his voice.
Yeah, no, it's my personal home call, QSO. Okay, Roger. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for contact. Nice to meet you, Rob. Please go ahead. Echo Whiskey 2 Whiskey. Echo Whiskey 2 Whiskey 2 other.
Echo Whiskey 2 Whiskey Golf 0 Uniform Delta Golf calling.
Oh, 0 Uniform Delta Golf. Golf 0 Uniform Delta Golf. I think. Thank you very much. You 59. My name is Sergey. Sierra Echo, Radio Golf, Echo Yankee, yourself.
Roger, Sergey. The name here is Kevin. Kilo Echo Victor India November. You're 59. I'm running a Yaesu transceiver, the Fox Tango Delta X-Ray 5000 MP Limited. 200 watts to an indoor dipole antenna. You are my very first contact with this new radio. My very first contact with the new radio. I hope you don't mind. I am recording this QSO. So hopefully it will go on YouTube with your permission, Sergey, from Golf 0 Uniform Delta Golf.
Okay, Golf 0 Uniform Delta Golf, Echo Whiskey 2 Whiskey, okay, Kevin, thank you very much. 459 report in UK. Nice to meet you, and good luck. 73G0 UDG W2W, please. Bye.
EW2W clear. 73 is my friend from Golf 0 Uniform Delta Golf, and good luck with the DX.
How about that? That is Kevin in Northern Ireland. Golf 0 Union Delta Golf. Kevin, that was cool to see because it was your first call with the radio and you could just feel it. It was pretty special. All right, let's take a look at the front of the ICOM 7610. Now, we were going to do noise reduction between the 7610 and the 5000 today. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to push that to another show. I just have to because I'm looking for the cable that will help to split between the audio out of the 7610 and out of the 5000. And I ordered it, but it's just not here, doggone it. Anyway, so we're going to listen on shortwave because it's kind of, it's a neat way to do it. And we guarantee ourselves a signal, which is great. All right. On the radio, we talked about RF gain. So we don't do that. We're going to go over here now to the twin passband filters. And we're going to listen on the shortwave band. And we're going to hear how the calls sound. High cut and low cut filters. High cut and low cut are there to help squeeze the signal. Okay, either pull it in to make it sound a little more rich or pull it out maybe for it to sound a little higher. Okay. And it also can work as a notch on an ICOM. Maybe you got a signal that's 2 kilohertz up. Okay. You can move the signal a little bit to the right. Okay. Let's take a quick look on the rig. Okay. Here it is live, and you can let's see if we can listen to the station. This is on shortwave. And it's off the air. Of course it is. Well, we're close enough now to WWV, thankfully, which is right here. All right. So here's WWV. All right. So let's listen. We're going to pull in, and right now, if you take a look at the top center, okay, you see the time. Next to that is the filter. That's actually the filter on both sides. The center line coming up from that, kind of, it's not a triangle, but it's kind of a chopped off triangle. That's where the carrier is. We're going to pull it in a little bit. Take a look at that triangle right to this is very top center to the left of the time. See? Pulling it in. And listen to the sound. Here I did that. Now we're adding. We're moving it the other way. Okay, so that is your high pass. Let's go low pass. See how it's changed the bandwidth? And let me try and get you on a better frequency because this is so bad. It's not getting anything in. All right, so let's move up. We'll just come up to here. Hang on. And we're going to come over to, let's just do this. Let's go on and we'll find a signal, hopefully on 20 meters. So we'll tune. Excuse me, tune. I don't know why it's not going right to right where I want it to be, but there we go. All right. So we'll bring the reference down so nobody feels like we got too high of a top end, and we'll find some signal and hopefully let you hear it and how it works. Just a second. Let me move off of ready, and we'll go to the sideband, and away we go. And if we can't, we're just going to keep moving. We'll hit the shortwave dial. We'll hit 19 meters. It'll be perfect. Okay, so here comes 19. We'll go to AM. Again, 19 during the daytime is phenomenal usually, but we're having a little bit of some conditions out there today. It's going to make it a little bit harder. So let's try on 40, and we'll see if 40 brings us a little more luck. Okay? Tune again. Make sure nobody's here. Hearing no one. Go to ready. Just trying to find a signal. That's all. That's good. Boy, it's working well on 40. Again, this is using the Grayling Performance flagpole antenna, just literally a flagpole. So, got a signal right to the right of us. Let's go back to sideband, and we'll take a listen. This will be great.
OFL testing.
Okay, so we got someone testing.
And N7 OFL will be clear, and QRT. Thank you very much.
Just a second. Let's say hello. Kilo 7, Hotel November. I was just testing. That's all right. We thought we tried. All right, so he's done. So we'll move. Oh, sorry, messed up. Sorry. We'll call QRT. QSY. Okay, hold on. Kilo 7 Hotel November QSY. All right, another signal here. I'll get your comments just a moment. Andy, welcome. 2 Echo 0, Romeo Echo Echo's here. Well, hey, Andy, nice to see you. Very happy Monday evening to you there in the UK. So we're in 5. Okay, so let's listen to the tune. We'll clear it back.
Oh my God! You know what?
Okay, so here we are at 3 kilohertz bandwidth. Okay. By the way, I want to welcome Tom, who's here from Bahrain, just back from working portable, Kadir, South Dakota, but just worked Central Europe, Ireland, UK, etc. And thank you, and enjoy your radio. Well done, Tom. Thank you. His call sign, Alpha Echo 1 Tango Papa. His Bahrain call sign, Alpha 92 Golf Whiskey. Welcome, Tom. Thanks for coming so late. Okay, so let's listen to how the high-pass and low-pass filters affect the audio. Wait for him to come back.
You come from the sun. Oh, okay, whatever, right? Okay.
Here it's squeezing out.
Oh, Corona. That's what you were talking
Now
about.
let's move in the other knob, move it in a little bit, and listen to how it comes in. As soon as he transmits again.
Well, I thought you were talking about beer. Go ahead.
Hear that? Okay, it helps to cut the hash out and bring more of the signal in. Similar to on Yaesu rigs, it has a band, width. Similar to Yaesu, so very similar.
I thought he said something completely different. The coronal mass ejection is a significant release of plasma. So I know what it is. I just didn't think that's what he said.
Listen,
I didn't
watch the
understand what he
difference.
was saying, but there you go.
See, more hash, because the band pass filter is wider. If you take a look at the top left, and by the way, I want to say really quickly, Acid Drop, thank you for coming today. First timer, welcome to the channel. Thank you. It's nice. Hey, I'm not a ham, but I find this stuff incredibly interesting. I'm from Ireland. Thank you for coming today. Welcome. This is Ham Radio Live, and we're honored that you're here. Thank you for coming today. All right. So this is the radio called the ICOM 7610, and we're listening to noise reduction because so many people don't like static, right? This is a way to help to, make a little less static in the signal and provide you a different sound. And it's subjective. It's how you like it to sound. So we're listening on what we call 40 meters, which is 7.283.5 megahertz. So if you were on your AM radio, okay, instead, it always ends at like, 17, I think it's 1710, so 1710 on your AM radio. If your AM radio went all the way up to 7283.5, you'd hear this signal. And we're losing them. There he is. Let me try, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and see if maybe we're going to tune a little bit up, and hopefully we're going to bring in I want to be up here. Hold on a second. Sorry. Let me go here because usually we get some good shortwave in this area. So let me see what we got. Or I could make it simple. I'll make it simpler. Hold on. Let's go down here, and we're just going to go right to the AM dial, the normal AM dial here in the United States. So we'll go down here, and we'll go to a station that's in my local area, and you'll be able to hear it. Be able to hear it better. Okay. Okay. So listen. See how you smush in the top? Change the way this sounds, right? This classic Michael Jackson song. Jackson 5 technically, but there you go. So we open it back up. Here it is. Now we're going to move it back the other way. So you can tune it all the way out almost. You can do it the same way, tune almost all the way out. Still on frequency, but it's just tuning it out. This is a great tool to use if you're in a really crowded band condition. and you've got tons of contesters, right? And you've got maybe someone that wants to rag chew with you and talk for a little while. You can adjust the radio to move the frequency over a little bit so you can hear them really well, but not hear the person next to you. That's something that is really, really cool. So I hope you have a chance to enjoy your radio a little bit differently. It's a noise mitigation technique, but it's done in a way that changes your high pass, which is the higher part of your frequency of the human voice, or your low pass filter. Each one has its own benefit, but it's all subjective how you like it to sound. Okay? Again, let's take a quick look. And what we're going to look for is up top. If you take a look up top here, moving the mouse here on the screen, if you go straight above the mouse right here, okay, to the very top, you'll see the triangle that's off at the top. Okay, that's the area we're focusing on because that's the signal coming in. Okay, so what we're going to do is we'll bring it right in and we're going to move. Hear how real tinny it got? It's because we've knocked out. We're really focused now with a smaller bandwidth. We're only at 3.2 kilohertz. We can open it. We can try and get it a little bit lower. See, 1.8. You can barely hear them now. But this is a place where SDRs really do well because they don't need external crystal to be able to make it work. For example, if you were in a situation where you had an SDR, you could do like this. You could make the adjustable bandwidth any way you want to go. If you want to move the high pass, you can bring it in. If you want to bring the low pass, you can bring that in too. It does it all computer. It does it all by software. Superhet needs to have, it's time to activate. Oh, there they go. Time to activate the woofing filter. Sorry, folks.
Some bitch. Don't you cuss on this here radio. I apologize to all the friendly folk who are listening.
You gotta have fun with this. You gotta have fun. You gotta have fun. You're doing live stuff. Okay. So again, high pass, low pass. It's a matter of moving things over. Now, one thing that surprised me the 7610 did that I didn't realize they did. Let me show you real quick. And I hope I can get it back up.
Boost production of the hormone.
Okay. Let's go back and we're going to go to sideband. We're going to move over to, let's go back to, we'll go to 20. Let's see what 20 meters is like here. Hold on. And we'll go to 10.2. Trying to pull your ears out, sorry. And we'll tune real quick. We're tuned good. We'll double tune. Just tune it in. And what we're going to try and do is see if we can make a CQ call. And hopefully maybe you can hear us. If so, we'll try and make a call. And I got to get the reference up a little bit. And again, just bringing up the top of the screen where you can see the white, right? And then you see the trails going down. Those are signals, okay? Or in my case, could be RFI, a little bit of RFI in my area. Okay, so if we go over here, barely hear him. Here's somebody here. See? That's how it works. So, again, high pass, low pass. Something else that this does that really impressed me because I was like, I didn't think it did this. Hang on a second. Let me find it because I remember seeing it and I got to find it now because I was like, oh, that is so cool that it does this. Hold on. There we go. Look at, all right, so we want SSB. Okay. This will adjust your band pass filters for your receive bass, okay? So you can adjust your bass down or up, okay? Also treble, so you can make it sound the way you want it to, which I like. I think it's a great feature. But the other thing this does, which is really cool, is it allows you to adjust the width of the band, which is nice. I didn't realize that this radio did that. I didn't realize you could actually check the width and just be able to make the width of the signal, bring it in or bring it out. I didn't know it did it, and it does. And I'm actually very impressed that it has that feature. Something I didn't realize this had, and for folks that watch earlier shows where I talked about the one thing missing from this transceiver was the fact it didn't have the width adjustment. It does. Yeah, it really does. So, that's something I really am impressed with on the 7610. It does have the ability to give you, a width. You can adjust your power right here. You simply touch whatever button you want. Just kind of a walk around it real quick. And basically that's it. So you can do so much with it. But when you're listening to a signal, and we'll get this off the screen for you. When you're listening to a signal, when we have 17, maybe someone's there. Hang on. Actually, we should be able to tune just fine. Just a second. We'll try and tune. Okay. Let's try 17 at 18,150. And we'll see if we make a call to somebody on the show. If we can, terrific. If not, well, we tried. Okay, hold on. Again, left-handed is slow, and I'm sorry. Here we go. Tune it. Perfect. And SSB. So we're going to try and make a call. We'll see if we make a call to you, and hopefully we can. We're at 18.150, and 17 meters is open right now in North America. So we'll give it a shot. Is this frequency available? This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Just trying to bring up a little bit of the RF gain and bring down the reference. Checking frequency availability, Kilo 7 Hotel November. All right, we'll see if we can make a quick call. Looks like, hold on, there's somebody just a little down from us. Hold on. Let's move it. We're going to go to 55. We'll go to 18,155 because there was a trail next to me, and that's somebody. I can't hear them, but they're there, and I don't want to be close. Oh, this is so hard to do left-handed. Sorry, guys. All right. Is this frequency available? This is Kilowatt 7 Hotel November. So again, 18,155. Sorry for the frequency swap. AC, by the way, Acid Drop, nice thing. She says here, we use radios and stuff when I'm out in the field. Use them a lot in Antarctica. Wow. How cool is that? You went to Antarctica? I would love to see Antarctica. Man, oh man. Listen to that. Use them a lot in Antarctica. Went out on the ice. Used them a lot in Africa recently too. Acid Drop, thanks again for being here today. It's truly an honor. Andy Bronson joins us from the UK. Hi, Andy. Mike 7, X-Ray Tango Tango. Kevin is here. He is call sign Golf Zero, Union Delta Golf. We're glad to have you. Thanks for coming. Yeah, I know, right? Don't get a strike. That's why I was worried about putting that song on too long. Greg Robinson is here from Vancouver. Says, nice to see the ICOM hat. Thank you. I owe a couple of hats out there, and I'll get them out. I promise. So thank you for being here, all of you today from around the world. I appreciate you coming. VK Radio Ham makes it 3 continents. Thank you for coming. No, 4 because Tom is here. So we've got the Middle East, we've got Australia, Europe, and North America. Let's try and make a call and say hello. Is this frequency available? Kilo 7 Hotel November. All right, let's give it a shot. CQ, Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November calling CQ. CQ on 17 meters, Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November calling CQ and listening. There's somebody's there. Okay, let's try it again. Hang on. CQ, Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ. CQ, any station, anywhere. Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ on 17 and listening. Oh, there's somebody way out there and I can hear them, but I can't make it out. Okay. All right. Well, you can't do what you can't do. But anyway, the point is, when you're dealing with high pass and low pass, and for people who are sight impaired, I don't want this to be the end. I don't, because it's not good. It's not good yet. So let me find something we can work with better that I'm not going to get a copyright strike on, because that's when you start playing music on YouTube and instantly they go insane. So let me see if I can find some frequencies here that we can work with, and hopefully be able to let you hear the difference without getting a copyrighted song in there. Not the way to do it here. So give me a second. All right, hang on. Don't give up yet. We'll figure it out. There we go. There we go. Here we go. Hang on. All right. So we've got a weak shortwave at 13,845. Let's turn the noise reduction up a little bit so we can try and bring them in. right there. Okay. You can hear the sizzle, okay? Let's try and narrow out the noise. Okay, so first we're going to start high on the low pass filter, okay? Bring in the right side of that triangle. Here, I just went out. We're down to 3.4 kilohertz. You hear how he came in more? It's obviously this is a radio evangelist, okay? So his signal came in more because you're able to narrow the passband down. It's a great tool for you with your ham radio or your shortwave radio, if you've got it, to be able to narrow out some of the noise. You're trying to squish the noise out of the passband and bring in the signal. That's the beauty of a high-pass, low-pass filter, or on like a Yaesu rig, it would be your bandwidth adjustment. You slowly bring down the bandwidth so that you're squishing out the noise and hearing more of the signal. Essentially, that's in layman's terms it. You're squishing out the noise and you're focusing on the signal only. It's different than RF gain. RF gain is signal to noise ratio. That's how that's based. This is adjusting the bandwidth to try and get as much more out of the noise as you can. Okay, so that's the difference between the two. All right, I think we'll catch up with your final comments and we will skedaddle, but there's an Easter egg before the sign off. I hope you like. If you loved the used car commercial yesterday, you're going to really love this. This is so good. I hope you enjoy the end of this. This is going to be fun. So I appreciate you coming because this is worth it. Mike Galloway, hi there. Today's call sign Kilo Delta 1 Hotel Foxtrot from Massachusetts. Hi, Gene. First timer, welcome to the channel. Welcome to Ham Radio Live. What an honor. Thank you. I mean that. Kilo Bravo 1 Oscar from Stamford, Connecticut. Gene, it's my honor. Thank you for coming to Ham Radio Live today. Steve Patterson. My goodness, what a joy to see you, Steve. Thank you for coming today. It's also first timer. That's applause every time. Thank you, Steve. I mean that. I'm honored by that. Steve, thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Don't want to miss anybody. Tom and Acid Dropkins, you saw the FTDX 5000 on this channel. I was so fascinated with watching it. Yeah, that is Kevin O'Doublehand's transceiver in Ireland. If you have questions on it, Acid Drop, the show will go about another 4 minutes. Kevin's here, and I have one right here. This is the 5000, the same radio. It's a great transceiver. It's wonderful. It really is a fantastic radio. If you look to do like shortwave and stuff, but you're not licensed for a ham, some places won't sell you it because they don't want you transmitting illegally. But ICOM sells a great radio. It's a receiver, kind of like this one here. Okay, it looks very similar to this in a way, but it's smaller. It's called the ICOM R8600. It's just a receiver, but it's got the same kind of screen. And it also can go to a display, so you can see it on a large screen too. Fantastic receiver, and you'll be able to listen to the world with it, really. All right, so if you loved yesterday's show, you'll get a kick out of this one. The used car commercial is well worth the watch, okay? Want to remind you of some special guests coming. Ray Novak, hopefully before the end of the year, talking about de-expeditions that don't break the bank. Join us for that. Also, coming up, that's this week, actually a little more than a week from now, but it will be October 20th, okay? For folks, remember, that's Wednesday, October 20th, noon Pacific, 20 UTC, so that's 8 p.m. in London. Make sure and join us for Cal McCormick, Mike Zero, Mike Charlie X-Ray, live from DX Commander. He'll take all your antenna questions. Then on October the 30th, Randy Hall, Kilo 7, Alpha Golf Echo, live taking your questions about ham and shortwave radio. Randy's fantastic, and he'll definitely be here to answer your questions, so please come join us at noon Pacific in the Northwestern time zone here in North America. And if you're outside, 20 UTC, so 8 p.m. in London. Fred Denon, same time, same bat channel. We'll be here on November 27th. That's Black Friday weekend. That's Thanksgiving weekend here in the U.S. But join us on the Saturday of that weekend at 20 UTCs. From BeLoud.us, you can operate a superstation with massive antennas, towers, everything. And he's got a great program. He'll show us exactly how it works. Looking forward to that on November 27th. 20 UTC again. That's at noon Pacific time, North America. Don't forget, because I'm so excited for him to come, Martin F. Jew will be here October 23rd at 20 UTC. That's 8 p.m. London time, 12 p.m. Pacific in North America. Martin F. Jew, the founder of MFJ, he'll be joining us to take your questions about MFJ products, answer your questions about ham radio or shortwave. He knows it, and he's such a brilliant, smart man. Please join us for that very special time as we help celebrate Mr. Jew's 49th year at MFJ. And don't forget, this Saturday, Eric Hoffer is here. Yep, he is the host of Ham Radio Concepts here on YouTube. He has worked just about every radio and transceiver and tuner and amplifier that there is under the sun. If you have a question about a transceiver or whatever, please save them for Saturday at 20 UTC. That's going to be at noon Pacific time here in North America, 8 p.m. London time for Eric from Ham Radio Concepts. All right, folks, we'll wrap it up. Until next time, our whole purpose is to help you get in amateur radio. We hope you'll find someone like maybe the Radio Amateurs of Canada. Get a hold of them at www.rac.ca. Hit the contact us bar. Let them know you'd like to be in ham radio, and they'll connect you with a radio club that's near you. Okay? They will, and it'll be fun. You'll enjoy yourself. Until next time, wherever you may be, from the Pacific Northwest of Oregon, my name's Larry. My call sign is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Wait for the ending. Here it comes from Hub's Cars. God bless you, and goodbye, everybody.
I am Crazy Hubbard Whitfield. Come on down to Crazy Hub's used car lot. We've got prices slashing down from 2004s to 1989 models. Come on down here. You got to see these cars. We got Chevys. We got Fords. We got Daewoo. We got trucks like this nice Nissan Titan right here. Get yourself in one. Drive it home. Your wife's going to love it. Bring everybody you know, and come on out here. Ask for my wife, too. She's cooking a pot of beans, and she'll love to serve some to you. So come on down, and we'll get you straight. We got Jeeps. We got anything you'd like to get your behind in, I'll tell you right now. Get yourself behind one of these steering wheels. She drives like a dream. I drove them all myself. Now come on down. Crazy Hubs. Get you a car. Hold on, folks. We're not done yet. We got a special offer for you today. If you get down here, I will give you a basket and you can go out with my personal bean patch and fill that basket up with beans you can take home with you tonight. We got Mazdas. We got Suzuki. Beans. Get off that couch you're sitting on and drive yourself on down over here in that crazy bucket of bolts you've been driving. And come on over here. We'll get you in a brand new Kia Sportage today. I got so many cars here, I don't know what to do with them. That's why we're slashing prices left and right here at Crazy Hubs. Cars, trucks, and crazy little sporty motorbikes. We got vans. We got red Nissans. We got white Nissans. So come on down to Crazy Hubs. It's right behind my house. But down by Tankard's Nursery, take a left by I-64. People say I'm full of beans. They may be right. But I know that for the best price in town, come on down to Crazy Hubs. We got beans!
And now on a serious note, goodbye, everybody.
Well, before saying goodnight, we leave you with a taste of things to come for Saturday, the 19th of January, here on RTE1. Is ag a fyd no maitration ni, dilyn o daws le moire de bara, mamo is cahal. And at 9:30, there's music, special celebrity guests, interviews and videos when Mary, Angus, Kathy and Dave invite you to join them on the show where anything goes. Sports Stadium is at 2. And at 7:10, the A-Team finally solved the mystery of a missing man in the conclusion to The Bend in the River. 8:05, and we're savouring more of that Hawaiian heat. And as usual on a Saturday night after the main evening news, it's over to Gay Byrne in Studio 1 for The Late Late Show. And finally, at 11:25, Crockett and Tubbs team up once again to continue their fight against Miami Vice. And there's plenty of variety tomorrow night on RTE2 with The Fugitive at 8:10 and the return of David Carradine in Kung Fu at 10:25. So if you're snowbound tomorrow evening, why not keep us company here on RTE1? We'll be glad of it. But in the meantime, from me, Teresa Lowe, a very good night to you and sleep well. Tasuligam Gavanchiv Tanav Osar Glorcha Nacht is o Gakenian Shachordje, Ihawa is Kalasaw.
running out of time.
Surely there must be something you can do.
I'm doing everything I can. And stop calling me Shirley.